You know, it's wild how this movie franchise goes from swiping DVD players to literally launching cars into space, and everyone just rolls with it. What started as a story about street racers turned into a billion-dollar saga about bald men defying gravity, logic, and occasionally death itself. Picture this. Early 2000s Los Angeles, where crop tops are everywhere, chrome shines like it's fresh off the factory line. Here comes Brian O'Connor, an undercover cop with perfect hair and absolutely no subtlety. Seriously, this guy's all about making an entrance. His mission? Infiltrate illegal street racing by pretending to know what a carburetor is. Genius plan, right? And it works, because apparently all you need to join a criminal enterprise is a winning smile and a Corona. Wait, these guys are stealing DVD players? In 2001, you could buy a DVD player for like $50. What's the street value here, $20? They're risking federal prison for the equivalent of a modern-day Blu-ray collection. Criminal masterminds, ladies and gentlemen. Dominic Toretto is a total legend, part philosopher, part mechanic, and all about family vibes. He talks in these mysterious one-liners about loyalty and trust, like a monk who lifts engines for inner peace. It's kind of wild, right? Brian falls for Dom's sister Mia, because nothing says romance like lying about your entire identity. And Mia's totally cool with dating a guy who showed up yesterday knowing nothing about cars. No red flags there. The final race scene. Brian's driving a car that's literally falling apart, but he still wins. Because the power of love beats engineering. By the end, Brian lets Dom escape because family beats law enforcement. And just like that, a cop becomes a fugitive faster than a NOS boost. The FBI's like, hey, where's our suspect? And Brian's like, oops, lost him. Career? Over. Zoom ahead to Too Fast, Too Furious. The sequel that's so over the top, they named it twice. Can you believe it? Brian's in Miami now, rocking tank tops and no badge, because apparently burning your law enforcement career has zero consequences. He teams up with Roman Pierce, whose superpowers are yelling and eating during car chases. That's it. That's the character. Their mission? Take down a drug lord by racing cars. Because the DEA tried everything except street racing. And the villain gets taken down by, you guessed it, more racing. Who knew the cartel's weakness was quarter-mile sprints? Tokyo Drift is that weird cousin of the franchise. Nobody knows how it fits in, but it's got its own vibe. Suddenly, we're in Japan with a new protagonist who looks 30 but insists he's in high school. Sure, buddy. This dude gets sent to Tokyo to avoid jail in America. That's not how the justice system works, but okay. He's drifting cars like it's a sacred martial art, and Han's there being the coolest character in the franchise. Han's got this whole Zen thing going, eating snacks, dropping wisdom, treating near-death experiences like a Tuesday afternoon. The villain is a Yakuza-connected street racer who's beefing with a high schooler. That's definitely a proportional response. There's this mountain race where one wrong turn means certain death. But sure, let's settle our teenage drama here. The movie ends with a twist cameo that wouldn't make sense for another 4 movies. Fast and Furious 4 brings Dom back because Vin Diesel's schedule cleared up and his agent made some calls. Now it's all gritty filters, revenge plots, and cars smashing through concrete like it's made of cardboard. Letty's dead, or is she? Spoiler alert, in this franchise, death is more of a suggestion than a rule. Dom's on a rampage growling every line like he's got a personal vendetta against consonants. They're racing through underground tunnels at 200 miles per hour. OSHA would like a word. Brian's an FBI agent now because apparently betraying the FBI gets you promoted. Makes total sense. Dom and Brian go undercover by racing. It's their solution to literally everything. House on fire? Race it out. The villain's transporting drugs via street racing. That's definitely the most efficient smuggling method. Very subtle. They drive through a tunnel that's actively exploding behind them. Not a scratch on either car. Plot armor is strong with these ones. Then came Fast 5, the one that changed everything. No more racing, we're full heist mode now. The crew's in Rio, dragging a 10-ton safe through the streets with 2 Dodge Chargers. Engineering? Never heard of her. They're causing billions in property damage, multiple deaths, and economic collapse. But hey, they're the good guys. The Rock shows up, sweating through his suit, redefining what intense stare means in cinema. He punches through walls, growls at people, and makes Vin Diesel look soft. It's a bald-off for the ages. The safe chase destroys half of Rio. Insurance companies in Brazil just collectively wept. And somehow, they pull off the heist and everyone gets away rich. Crime does pay if you're family. Fast 6. Letty's back. She had amnesia because of course she did. That's definitely how brain injuries work. Dom's solution to amnesia? Race her. Nothing triggers memories like vehicular near-death experiences. The crew's fighting another crew of car thieves. It's like looking in a mirror, except Shaw's crew is British and evil. There's a runway chase that lasts 20 minutes. That runway is longer than some countries. Where is this, Neptune? They're racing a cargo plane as it's taking off. Dom launches himself through the air, catches Letty mid-flight, and lands on a car. Newton's rolling in his grave. Then he just walks away. No broken bones, no concussion. Man's made of plot armor and family speeches. Furious 7 brings Deckard Shaw, because the previous villain's brother wants revenge. It's a family business. Jason Statham's out here murdering everyone, but somehow keeps missing our main crew. Stormtrooper aim. They drive a car out of a plane. No parachutes for the cars, but don't worry, they land in the softest trees in Azerbaijan. Then they jump a Lycan Hypersport through 3 skyscrapers. That's a $3 million car. Just take the stairs. The car crashes through glass, concrete, and basic physics. It's like watching someone play GTA with cheat codes. Brian gets a beautiful send-off. Paul Walker's tribute was genuinely touching. One real moment in a franchise of madness. Fate of the Furious. Dom betrays his family. Except not really. He's got a secret baby and he's being blackmailed. Charlize Theron's a cyber terrorist with hacker banks, controlling cars with her laptop. That's not how cars work. She hacks hundreds of cars in New York and creates chaos. Every car manufacturer's IT department just quit. The crew teams up with Deckard Shaw, the guy who killed Han. But don't worry, they had a beer, so it's cool now. There's a submarine chase on ice in Russia. Submarines, on ice, with cars. Dom's baby mama kept the baby secret for years. Co-parenting, communication. Nah, not even child support. Just dramatic reveals. They stop a nuclear submarine with cars. NATO's been doing it wrong this whole time. Just send in some Dodge Chargers. F9 is where the franchise officially loses its mind and fires its last remaining physics consultant. Dom has a secret brother named Jacob. You know, the brother he never mentioned in 8 previous movies. Jacob's a super spy, master driver, and Olympic-level grudge holder. He's basically Dom's evil twin with better hair. They use a rocket engine and magnets to go to space. NASA's been wasting billions when they could have just asked Dom. Roman starts questioning if they're invincible. Finally, someone noticed they've survived 200 crashes. Han's alive. He faked his death, apparently. In this franchise, death is just a long vacation. They're in space in a Pontiac Fiero with duct tape modifications. The International Space Station is feeling inadequate. Nobody needs spacesuits or training, just family and a dream. Astronauts are crying into their helmets. Fast X brings Jason Momoa as the villain, and he's absolutely living his best chaotic life. He's painting his nails, doing hair flips, and giggling while committing mass murder. It's unhinged excellence. He's mad because Dom killed his dad in Fast 5. Fair point. But dude, that was 12 years ago. Therapy exists. There's a massive bomb rolling through Rome. They stop it by, you guessed it, racing cars at it. The Vatican's getting destroyed, the Colosseum's at risk, and UNESCO's just updating its endangered sites list. The Rock returns in a mid-credits scene because box office math demanded it. Grudges are temporary, money is eternal. The movie ends on a cliffhanger because apparently they need 2 more movies to wrap this up. My retirement plan is shorter. The franchise evolved from street racing to superhero fantasy. But through it all, one thing remains sacred: the barbecue. Every movie ends the same way. Family dinner, someone says, family, Dom nods, and the audience pretends physics exists. So what did we learn from The Fast and the Furious? That horsepower solves everything. That physics is just a suggestion. That boldness equals bravery. That amnesia is reversible through street racing. That death is temporary but family is forever. And most importantly, that family isn't just important. It's literally the only word Vin Diesel knows. If you enjoyed this high-octane fever dream, hit that like button, subscribe, and let me know which movie franchise we should roast next. Until then, live fast, roast furious.